Hi, I'm Paul MacGowan. I'd like to show you a few quick tips that'll help you make better videos no matter what the device you're recording with. First of all, try to be steady. There's nothing worse than a shaky camera, one that's going all over the place. We're used to seeing handheld video these days, so we're used to some movement, but too much can make the viewer seasick. Now let's put the camera on a tripod so it's nice and steady. You can pick up an inexpensive tripod at Best Buy or Radio Shack. Of course, there are some devices, cell phones for instance, where you can't use tripods. Just remember, the goal is to keep the camera steady. Follow the action, but know what shot you want to get so you don't have wandering camera syndrome. This tends to happen when you don't know what the shot is that you want to get. Most cameras these days have some sort of built-in image stabilization. This can be good at taking out subtle shaking, but it can't eliminate big moves. Okay, so how to keep the camera steady without a tripod? You can brace yourself against a tree or a building. Tuck your elbows into your body. Or prop up your arms on a table or something else. Cameras are easier than cell phones to do this with their flip-around screen so you can frame the shot. But I just heard that the new iPhone that isn't out yet is set up so that you can see the shot when the camera is pointed toward you. When framing the shot, the most common mistake is too much headroom. That's when the head is in the middle of the frame and there's all this space up here. The better way of framing the shot, that is the most visually appealing way, is to put the head at the top of the frame with just a little bit of space up here. If you watch television and movies with this in mind, you'll see this is how shots are typically framed. You'll always see exceptions to this rule, but it's good to master the rules first and then you can break them later. And of course the shot composition changes as you zoom in. In general, this is good shot composition for a wide shot. Now there's more room up here, but notice that my head is not in the middle of the frame. And this is good framing for a medium shot. Notice less headroom. If you're shooting yourself or using a computer camera or a webcam, the framing would be more like this, as the camera is much closer to you. Another important thing to consider is the lighting. This is an example of a subject, in this case me, being backlit. It's because the light source is behind me. When indoors, be careful shooting towards windows for the same reason. Sunlight overpowers indoor lighting. The way to correct this is to frame the shot differently, or better yet to move so that the light source is in front of the subject or off to the side. Getting good audio is also key. The last thing you want is your audience struggling to hear what you're saying. The good news is there's a very simple solution to that, and that is to put the microphone close to the source of the sound. Now throughout this, I've been using this wireless lavalier. If I were to use the on-camera mic, it would sound like this, and I'm really talking loud right now. So what I'm going to do is move closer to the camera, and you can hear how the quality of my voice changes as I do get closer to the on-camera mic. Now that I'm about 3 feet away, this is about the maximum that I suggest you be when using the on-camera mic to get good audio. So 3 feet, that's about an arm's length away at most. Less is better, but then you may be too close visually. So if you're shooting yourself, then arm's length is fine. If you're using a tripod or taping someone else, then make sure it's close. If you're using an external mic, the same rule applies. It needs to be fairly close to me to pick up the bass in my voice. And so you can notice a big difference when it's this far away than when it's this close to me. Also, be aware of distracting background noises that will be heightened on the video, such as lawn mowing or trucks passing. You might have to wait to record or go to a different location. Those are a few tips in a nutshell that are going to raise the quality of your videos. So to review, hold the camera steady, compose the shot using what you've learned about headroom, pay attention to the lighting source and how it falls on the subject, get the mic close to get good audio, and you're off to a good start producing better videos. Try to keep these things in mind when you're out videotaping. So have fun and good luck.